This is general advice and my opinions only. CFDs are high risk, past performance isn't reliable, I may be long or short CFDs and stocks mentioned. Content may contain language that offends some viewers. LEVRD operates as corporate authorised representative 001318377 under AFSL 548573. You can find our financial services guide via the LEVRD website link in the show notes.
Welcome back to another week, bag holders and stop loss haters. Bit croaky, couple of events on the weekend, but tell you what, things are recovering, but they're not getting smashed. It's a very weird at the moment. I'll go through what's going on in bloody Iran, but they're like 3,000 US troops have gone over there. Oil's back up, but the market isn't dying, which is freaking weird. It's whether they're expecting this is just going to go on and everyone's just getting used to it. I don't know. Could all change tomorrow, but we're, what are we about? 30% into the trading ban. So Wednesday next week, I can start doing things again, which hasn't been too detrimental so far. Let's go through commodities. Okay, what have we got? What has moved a bit? Copper back up 0.4% to $5.50 a pound. Gold has recovered a bit, up 2.7%, so it's just hovering around that $4,500 mark. Interesting, the Aussie to US dollar, 68.7, so that's weakened a lot, so that's good. Not bad for the gold sellers in Australia. So I think Aussie gold price is sitting at about 6,500 at the moment. Manganese up 8.2%, $5.80 US a tonne. Nickel, 771. Brent crude oil back up to 112 US bucks a barrel. So, and then silver's sitting at 69.80. Spodumene's having a bit of a lift up. The 6% Platts is 24.10. So that's up 6.9%. Thermal coal back up a bit, 1.3% to 143. Uranium still ticking along pretty flat. US 10-year yield at back up 0.4% to $4.43. So I guess the Iran update, I think I think total 3,500 US service members have arrived in the Middle East for possible ground operations in Iran. Then you got Pakistan saying it's prepared to host talks between the US and Iran in the coming days. You've then got Iran issuing warnings to the US saying, should they conduct ground operations, like we're going to retaliate. And as we said, we've saw on the back of this, we're seeing Brent crude oil rise back to around 115 a barrel because pretty much doesn't seem to be a pathway to open the Strait of Hormuz in a short period. You got two very irrational nations trying to supposedly do a deal together. So, and as I said, the market is somewhat buoyant considering that these circumstances. Like the world may just expect this to go on for a while. We saw like NASDAQ and all that got hammered on Friday night. A lot of money come out of tech. I think that broke the 23,000 mark. So, but Australia's actually holding up not too bad, and we've seen some commodity prices actually bloody recover. So what is the world going to look like once this is finished? Plenty of comments going around is like, it was last Monday, the capitulation of all this. Who bloody knows? Could be more pain to come. Talking about, obviously, with the rising oil prices, higher inflation, but then you hear comments from, listen to one of the many YouTube episodes with Rick Rule. God, how many interviews does that bloke do a week? Holy snap and duck shit. His comments were interesting, saying that, after all this, it's like, the US debt has not gone away and it's and growing by the day. So once this finishes, are we going into higher inflation and meaning that rates are going to have to go up? Or is it going to be similar to what happened post the GFC, that to sort all this debt out, the US is going to essentially fiscally stimulate by dropping interest rates super low, more quantitative easing, stimulate the economy to try and unshit itself effectively, which is going to be good for gold. So the view would be, if inflation rises and rates rise, obviously shithouse for gold, or if they use lower interest rates and stimulate the economy, that is going to be very good for gold. So he is thinking that gold stocks, the way, especially the developers and explorers that have been absolutely decimated in the last week or so, he thinks they're bloody cheap and he's picking them up. So hence, that's what I'm positioned for at the moment. We'll see if it's bloody true or not. We'll find out in the coming weeks. Majors overnight, bloody my IG platform shit itself, so I can't even get that. Bit of news out this morning. Greatland Gold, or Greatland Resources, sorry, up 10%. Up 10%. Absolutely smashing all the goldies. So they've released an MRE update. They've added 4.8 million ounces to the Telfer resource. So they've grown the measured and indicated resource by 163% to 3.8 million ounces. So, and in the specific areas, the West Dome open pit, that's grown to 2.8 million ounces to nearly 5 million ounces. So what is it? 4.9 million ounces at 0.45 grams gold and 0.04% copper. Then the Main Dome underground, that's bloody, what's that? That's grows by 1.5 million ounces to 2.2 million ounces. So, and then you've got the West Dome underground. That's the maiden resource for that area. So that's 8 million tonne at 2.3 grams and gold and 0.44% copper for 600,000 ounces. So Greatland has had a bloody huge kick off the back of this MRE update. What do we got? A few trading halts going on. Hastings in trading halt in relation to an acquisition. So we'll see what's going on. Rare earths firing up. Will it be rare earths? Who knows? Hey, and it's also MTM, Metallium. They're in trading halt regarding a material binding long-term offtake agreement with a major international counterparty. So we'll see what happens when they come out of trading halt. We've also got IGO getting, so semi-active in copper. So they're in a JV with Buxton. Buxton are selling their 49% copper Wolf JV interest to IGO for 6.15 million. It's like a big porphyry copper molybdenum thing in Arizona. So IGO are terminating that JV, taking the whole thing, but they've given away first rights of refusal for another part of the area that Buxton are going to retain. So IGO putting $6 million to take 100% of this copper project in Arizona. Who bloody knows what's going on? Boab have been given final mining proposal and mine closure plan approval for Sorby Hills, the silver producer. So that's the final primary mining approval required for full-scale operations and enabling them to now transition from construction into steady state. And as they said during the construction and everything, they have diesel. They reckon they've got diesel for the next 3 months. The diesel thing we haven't seen anyone disclose that they've been impacted by diesel supply yet. Be interested to see once the quarterlies come out, any miss of guidance, any negativity in any of the quarterlies from mid-April onwards. It'd be interesting to see if end of March, when all this started happening, if they start blaming anything on diesel. Another thing to watch out, and we'll check it if I can. I probably can't even screen the watch lists at the moment. I'll have to go through ComSec. But that cyclone absolutely peppered like Exmouth, Onslow. I think I saw like Minres, Onslow, which was probably the same rain station as Paulson's that I got the data from. Like it was like 100-odd mil in an evening. It was freaking absolutely decimated. I'll go have a look at it now, live. Yes, so Paulson's 112 mil. Where are we? 112 mil on the 26th of March. At a rain station near there. So that absolutely got bloody hammered, and 55 the night before. And then you can see similar, same as Minres Onslow Iron, which isn't too far away. Absolutely hammered. What do we got? Greenbushes, 43 mil on the 27th. Interesting. Bit of rain on the weekend. Same at Mount Gibson, got hammered. What else? Golden Grove, 36 mils. So, yeah, be interesting to see if there's been any impact at Minres' Onslow Iron and Paulson's regarding rain. Keep a bloody lookout. Right, the fund. The infamous fund. Matty's fund. Still ticking along, or don't have Where's that? That bloody... No, I got double up there. Delete that row. So still got the same bloody setup. Same setup. We've got Breakthrough. We've got West African Resources. We've got Bright Star. We've got Talk. We've got Medallion. And I got me call and put options for the gold price at 5,100 and 4,100. So Breakthrough's actually, I think it closed at 15.5. So that's down a bit, but hey, can't sell anything, so just ticking along. Everything else is pretty flat. We'll see how it opened. Based on 121. We're at 121. So down a little bit over the weekend, down 3.9%. I didn't report it on Friday because had all the EPs out. So 121, down 3.9%, ticking along, still alive, nice and safe. Right, let's have a look at the open.
3, 2, 1, let's fire!
Right, I'm going to have to... Bloody IG's absolutely shit itself. Get your shit sorted. So I'm going to have to go through the bloody me ComSec thing. God, riveting stuff here. Right, let me zoom in a bit. Okay, Goldies. Biggest movers on the gold. Greatland up 8%. Bloody Northern Star up 3%, back up to 1910. West Gold up 2. They've been hammered. Ramelius up 1.4. So a bit of positivity on the Goldies. The worst movers, Orabanda down 2.2. Pantoro down 2.2. Where's Black Cat? Down a half. So Orabanda, Pantoro and Black Cat are the ones I'm watching in this period. And going into quarterlies, also Bellevue. So that's gold. Let's look at the smallies. Biggest movers. Nothing too much. Anything getting hammered? Nah. Gorilla, 31.5. Ooh, down 3%. Bright Star, 35 cents, down 1.4. Best performers, you got Ngambia Resources up 8.3. Beacon Minerals, I think Beacon just finalised their sale to Forestania. They're up 4%. AQI back up 3%, $1.52. Let's go to copper or lithium. Lithium should be kicking all right with those spot price increase. PLS up 1%, $5.21. PMED up 1%. Liontown flat at $1.76. So that's had a bit of a recovery from the $1.50 range. Then everything else, MinRes down 3.95% to 54.40. So it'd be interesting to see if there's been any impacts of that cyclone on their Onslow operations. Quite possibly. Let's have a look at copper. Copper, where are you? Nickel, wait up, I'll get there eventually. Centaurus down 4.39, back at 54.5. Where's the hell's copper? Here we go. Okay, biggest movers. Evolution flat, 12.46. Rest of it looks like Samfire's down 0.69. Develop down 1.4, back at $4.05. AIC Mines, 45.5 cents, down 1%. So a lot of most of the copper is down. 29 cents is at 33 cents. Getting there. Hillgrove, 3.5, down 2.7. So a bit of a red day. Uranium. What is uranium doing? Whoa, yep, down as well. Deep yellow, $1.67.5, down 0.5%. Next Gen down 1.5%. Lotus continues its demise, $1.19.5, down 2.4. Peninsula back at 52.5. Not good on the uranium front. Let's finish this off. Rare earths down as well. Linus down 1.2%. What do we got? WA1 down 4%. That's been getting hammered a bit at 13.15. So not good. Yes, right. People are losing money today, it appears. That'll be about it. Righto. We have this week coming up 3 interviews. 2 MDs, a subject matter expert. We're going to be talking. What are we talking? We're talking gold. We're talking lithium, we're talking uranium, and talking a bit of copper. 3 guests, 3 big topics, and she's going to be a bloody ripper. So let's see what this market brings this week, and I look forward to you tuning in. Cheers, punters, cobbers, whatever.